Guys, how you doing? It's Recluse. Just got done checking out a bunch of E3 stuff, and I just wanted to talk about some of it with you. And if you have any comments, please post them below. Wow, what a show! So far, right out the gate, the coolest thing I probably saw was the Bethesda press conference, and they talked about having Fallout 4 in VR for the Vive. So wow, that's going to be some room scale role-playing game awesomeness on the Vive coming soon. I can't wait for that. And these are the same fuckers that sold us horse armor like 15 years ago for $2.50. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see this happening to Skyrim and lots of other games getting VR editions. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the new thing. So that's really amazing. They also are going to have apparently a Doom VR thing that you'll be able to walk into and check out, but they're not actually putting in the Doom into VR. It's just kind of a demo. Again, though, I wouldn't be surprised if down the line something pops up. The OSVR from Razer is going to be on show. It's a new VR system that compete with the Oculus and Vive. It's at a $400 price point. It has the same resolution, same hertz, a lot of the same exact specs. The difference is they're going to have a slightly smaller footprint, and also you're going to have to come up with your own controller, so something like the Razer Hydra. So it would be interesting to see how that competes with the existing systems. It's also from Razer, so you guys know that can be hit or miss. I'm not poo-pooing, but you know how it goes. Another cool thing I saw was Serious Sam in VR. So if you're an old school gamer, you've probably played a few of the Serious Sam games. If you haven't, it's just a shooter where just hordes of enemies keep coming at you. And that's going to be out for the Vive and the Oculus. So I can't wait to dive into that. It looks really cool. Killing Floor Incursion. Haven't been a fan of the Killing Floor games in the past. The monsters and stuff are just a little creepy for me, so not my kind of game. But this looks like I'm really going to have to try it. I've been playing a lot of Horde Z, and after that, any type of gun shoot 'em up game I will try. I don't care what it has to do with. They also showed the Star Trek VR for the Oculus. That had 2 Vive sensors per player, it looked like. So it was really cool. We got to see some touch stuff without them really talking about the touch. Mind you, they were sitting down, so we're not like squashing the room scale, stuff that we've been talking about. We'll still have to see how that works out. And they really didn't show too much of the game. They talked about it. Yeah, he's going to be the commander, I'm going to be the captain, and so on and so forth. I raise shields. But it was really, that scripted kind of Hollywood actor playing a video games thing, so who knows what it's going to be like, who knows how deep of an experience it's going to be, or if it's just going to, be a couple hours of your time. So, but it does look cool. It's really cool to see the touch coming out with something there. One of the highlights of watching it was the PSVR. Oh my gosh, so Valve, HTC, Oculus, this is how you guys market something. Right out the gate, they're talking about a great price point. They're talking about it's coming out October 13th. 50 games available at launch. Again, yet to be seen how deep those experiences are going to be, or if it's going to be kind of like what we're used to on the Vive, and even on the Oculus right now, getting a whole bunch of really small things for a lot of money. They did show some really cool games, though. That game Farpoint looks just amazing. And they had the Final Fantasy game, apparently it's going to be over in VR. And so it looks really cool. The most upsetting thing about all this for me is Batman VR and the Star Wars game exclusively to the PSVR. And this is just really starting to scare me, guys. I mean, now we're getting 3 different headsets basically coming out. 3 different major, manufacturers. I don't want so much exclusivity. This sucks. I wish we could just go back to, bitching at each other about like who's got the better hardware or optics and stuff, but enjoying the same games. So, it just really sucks that it looks like there's going to be exclusivity on, certain headsets. And that's a real bummer. I really want to play Star Wars Battlefront. They showed Star Wars Battlefront X-Wing. So you're in an X-Wing, you're blowing stuff up, you're flying around. Again, we don't know how deep this experience is going to be, but just to see that there's some exclusive experiences like that available on the PlayStation that I'm just dying to have right now. I would I'd punch a baby in the face to have a Star Wars game about now. So, anyways, before I get too much on into the weeds into that one, I just wanted to mention though, PSVR, it does look like it's kicking some butt and taking some names. It'll also be really interesting once the PSVR comes out to see how people like us that have tried the Oculus and tried the Vive can go technically a step back. I mean, it's like a 1920 by 1080 resolution. So Is that going to be a big deal? Is that going to be like you're playing on the DK1 or the DK2? Still yet to be seen, but really impressed with their presentation. So for the rest of the week, guys, with any new E3 stuff, I'm going to be doing some daily coverage. So right about 9 o'clock, when everything gets finished, I'll go ahead and put out a new video. So tomorrow, wow, I hope we get some amazing announcements for the Oculus and the Vive. Oh my gosh, Half-Life 3. How about Half-Life 3? It's done. It's coming out next week, and you can buy it for 40 bucks. Probably not. But anyways, here's the hoping. Again, thank you all for the subscribers, views, amazing comments. If you have anything to say to me, please leave in the comment below. Until I get too big to comment, I will definitely leave you a reply. And again, love you all. Thanks for the time.